everyone, I'm Angela Allen. Welcome back to the Handmade Homestead and welcome to my busy day. Let's go. I have a busy day ahead of me today. I want to try to accomplish a bunch of different things, and I'm just going to take you along for that ride. But before I do that, I want to show you something that some of you might find helpful. I've had a lot of people say they didn't want to start sourdough starter from scratch and have asked if I have a product that I ever use that would be helpful for them. So I do have a product that I would recommend. I do have a collab I'm doing with them on TikTok, but I am not affiliated with them at all on YouTube. I am only recommending it because it's something that I have used in the past and I really like this company. So the company is Cultures for Health. They make a lot of different products. I think one of the first products I ever bought for them was water kefir grains, but they do sell a bunch of other products. It's such a strong starter that once you get it going, you'll be surprised at how fast. It's kind of foolproof. I think you put the first bit of starter in, it's about a tablespoon of starter. You put a tablespoon of flour, a tablespoon of water, mix that up, wait 24 hours, and then you double that amount of flour, double that amount of water. Now, I started this starter 3 days ago. It is in whole wheat flour, that's why it looks kind of brown. I don't know if you can't see it too well now because I've mixed it around, but this starter is very, very active. Even at 3 days old, I could probably make bread with this. It smells very yeasty, very sourdough starter, not sour, but it smells really good. And I think it would actually bake a bread even at 3 days. And I think the last time I did this at 6 days out, I was able to bake bread with it. And typically you can't bake bread for 10 to 14 days if you start your starter from scratch. But this one just seems to really have a lot of punch. So I wanted to tell you all about that, just in case you're one of those many people that have actually asked me if there's a way to start sourdough starter that's a little bit faster that isn't from scratch. So that's what I would recommend, Cultures for Health. I'll put a link down below because I'm pretty sure that you can get this on Amazon. So today I am going to make a small batch of sauerkraut. I have 2 cabbages. I wish I had 6. But I have 2. I'm running low on sauerkraut, so I'm going to make some sauerkraut. I am going to make a batch of granola. I do buy rolled oats. I do not buy quick cooking oats. I cannot stand them. Quick cooking oats to me are kind of slimy when you cook them. I don't like that. We produce all of our vegetables. Very rare for us to buy vegetables. Even this time of year in the beginning of January, we grow greens out in a little mini greenhouse. Right out here I have a sun porch. It's like a 3-sided greenhouse. I grow microgreens and I grow salad greens, radishes, stuff like that out there. So even in the winter, we can just harvest those. But we do buy meat, dairy, and paper goods from the store. Those 3 things we have to buy. This time of year in the winter, we do buy some fruit. I am in the Northeast in Rhode Island. Obviously, we don't grow oranges here. So, and this time of year, you know, I don't have any fresh garden tomatoes. So there's a few things that we do buy. I try to buy them at Aldi. They're a lower price and they have a lot of organic choices. But in general, we make what we eat, bread products, cereal products in the form of granola. And when we buy dairy, what I buy is lactose-free milk. I make our yogurt, I make our cottage cheese, soft cheeses, stuff like that. I make myself. Okay, I'll drink the coffee. Let's get going. We have a lot to do today.
So I'm going to start by just getting my cabbage chopped up finely, throw some carrot in it, a couple tablespoons of salt, mix it around, cover it with a cloth, and push it aside. And that way it can work on sweating the cabbage out so it will self-brine. So when I'm ready to pack it, I'll have enough liquid ready and I shouldn't have to put too much added like salt water in it or something to top it off. So I'm going to just get that going and then move on to the next thing. There, now let me show you how I make granola for our family.
Sometimes I joke with my husband that my life is just a series of big bowls. Big metal bowls. So here, we're gonna put the sauerkraut aside. Now I'm gonna put, in this bowl, I'm gonna put all of the grains that I want to toast and some coconut because I like to toast that as well. I am not gonna put in the dried fruit or the nuts until it comes out because I don't want the nuts overly toasted or burned, and I don't want the fruit that I'm going to put in it dried out. The most basic granola grains like oatmeal and some kind of sweetener like honey or maple syrup or sugar and some kind of fat, again like coconut oil or avocado oil. You could use olive oil, I suppose, if it was very mildly flavored. I wouldn't like that, but you could. Now I'm going to do quite a bit of it here. If there's more here than will fit, I'm using this whole container. If there's more here than will fit in my container in the refrigerator, I will throw the extra into a bag, vacuum seal it, and throw it in my freezer. And now that my granola is toasty and still very hot, I am going to sprinkle in a combination of pepitas, chopped walnuts, chopped almonds and pistachios, and way down at the bottom, you can't see them, but there are sunflower seeds. So I'm gonna just mix this between these two pans, but this is still only half of the granola I had made. So when this is done, I've got to put the other half of the granola on here and into bake. So we're gonna just, while the granola just came out and it's still warm, we're gonna put these nuts on. They are raw, and I want them to toast a little bit. They'll get a little bit toasty in the hot pan.
It's cool now, so I've added all of the dried fruit and some mini chocolate chips. It's gonna go in the bottle, fill up the bottle from my refrigerator, and all the rest of it will go in bags and be put in the freezer until I need it.
Gonna get this started, do a little bit of pounding to make it easier to put in the jars.
Now that the kitchen's cleaned up, I'm going to take a minute, get a batch of yogurt going, and it's almost time to take out the loaf of bread that I started in between the granola and the sauerkraut. Now I know that I'm not the only one that butters my loaves of bread when they're hot from the oven for that softer crust that tastes so good. They also seem to store longer, and they can go a good 2 or 3 days. Not that they last that long around here, but okay, on to the next thing. When you're an ingredients cook, you pretty much always have everything you need to make a cake from scratch. This is a chocolate chip coffee cake, and my family's gonna have that for dessert tonight. Came out great, super easy, and I'll do a video about this coming up sometime soon. Well, that wraps up most of my kitchen chores for today. I'm gonna spend some time going through and trimming some of the microgreens in my little greenhouse area so we can have them for meals for the next few days. I always enjoy any kind of gardening time that I can fit into my day. I appreciate you all hanging out with me today and sharing this time. If this is helpful to you or enjoyable, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And as always, your comments are so appreciated. I'll stick another companion video up here for you if you'd like to see that. And as always, I will see you next time. Take care.